Go online. 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 Am I online? Hello? 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 Am I here? Yes. Hello. Yes. Oh, fudge sickles. Oh, I'm so screwed right now. Okay. Hello. We're here. We are live, and we are ready to take the game, take the match. What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. I guess I don't have to play Gauntlet. I guess good. Oh, cool. I don't care. Yes. Big news. Big news. I don't know if this happened during the stream or before the stream that Richard or somebody else took for the previous playoffs, but I would like to thank two of our most recent contributors before we get started. Hold on, where are they? I'd like to thank Taknerus and Corporal. Taknerus for contributing $100 to the prize pool, and Corporal for contributing $165.44 straight into the Division 1 prize pool, bringing our total up to $1,500 even. Yes. So thank you guys very much. I am also live on YouTube. I have not opened up the YouTube channel. I need to make sure monetization is on. Good Lord. Let's see here. Turn on. Yes, sir. Okay, we're good. We should be fine. Everything's good. Everything's fine. And we are ready. And here are two players. So something I decided to add a little bit. Hold on. Let me fix the playlist a little bit. Replay it a little bit. You take a look at the playlist, the prize pool. You'll notice that we have $1,500 in the prize pool, and if you see the $2,500.69 right now, that's because that's our highest amount that we've earned ever in CTL, and I think we're about 60% of the way there. So it'd be really cool if we could break that record and get that prize pool up even more with Matcherino. There you go. If you'd like to help contribute to the prize pool, that's your method of doing so. Hold on. I assume both players are here already. So, give me a second. I'm gonna fix the mic. I think I'm way too high. I'm way too, loud. I don't want to scream into people's ears. Ah! Yeah, it's way too much. That wasn't terribly loud. Well, I did, well, just in case, I did turn the gain down a little bit. So if that wasn't too loud, now it's going to be definitely not too terribly loud. Yes, got Gerald here in the Nestor's Champs. I think Dengler's also here. Are they in the chat? I don't think they're in the chat. Dengler or Gerald, if you can hear me, let me know. Because I do have an important announcement to make regarding the seeding. Okay, hi. So, one thing that's kind of different in these playoffs that's different from regular seasons is that the higher seed, which I did forget to... Actually, hold on. Give me a second while I download. I'm going to download the bracket so I can just show you guys real quick. Yes, look, take a look at this. So if you can see, you'll notice that Gerald is in a higher seed than Dengler. Gerald Freeman at seed 3, while Dengler is in the 6th seed, which means Gerald will have first pick. He will have first pick of what level he would like to play in. We have options for level 18 starts or level 19 starts. So this is going to be where a bit of strategy comes into play, because before it was sort of like, oh, if both players want to play 19, then they can play 19. But if only one player doesn't want to play 19, then we just do 18. But this time around, if Gerald chooses to play 19, Dengler's going to be forced to play 19 as well, regardless of whether or not he wants to play that game. After the first game, Dengler will then have pick to play 18 if he wants, or 19. And if both players just want to play 18 all the way, then we can do that too. And Gerald says he wants to play 18 all the way, so there we go. If Dengler agrees, then we can do 18 all the way. Regardless, I will set up the seed for you guys. There it is. Thanks Zenpro for pinning the prize pool, but I also need the seed, so I'm going to pin that instead. Predictions. Dengler, if you don't agree to 18 all the way, then you get pick for the second game if you want to play 18 or 19, and Gerald's going to have to just deal with it. So it does matter. It does matter. This is no longer like in the regular season. So Gerald wants level 18 for game 1. The seed is in the pin chat. So put that seed in, and then once we get it ready from both players, we can get started with the first game. Already ready from both players. So let me get you guys started with game number 1 of the first match in the championship playoffs. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. You go Lombard, S, square. This is nothing like counter pick taps, and it sucks. So, in another... why can't I speak today? I'm like all over the place. Another important thing to mention is that both of these players are not in the prize pool yet. They're not in the prize pool. Whoever wins this match will move on to the semifinals and get into the money. So this is a very, very important match. Right now, 93,000 points for Dengler, 95 for Gerald. Right now, Dengler already at 200,000 at 39 lines. So very, very efficient start for Dengler. I think that's just like... let me try to do the math. That's 3 burns so far. Yeah, I think he's only taken 3 burns. Dengler, a bit of a dark horse here. He qualified with a 3-2 match record. So he won 3 sets and he lost 2. One of the more notable losses was against Alex T, where Alex T would end up getting 2 world records, actually. He got the first level 40 in CTL history, as well as the first 1.9 in CTL history. So Alex T, also having qualified into the playoffs, has a quarterfinals bye. Will play his first match in the semi-finals. Dengler did have to clutch up against Miles, eliminating Miles from being able to qualify into the playoffs, and Dengler would take that ticket for himself. Zempro saying first 2 times kill screen level 40 in history. I guess so. It was actually also the first 2 times kill screen, like, in general for CTL. We had not been able to get a single match or a single game reach all the way to the 2-time kill, the super kill screen. If one player would have made it in, the other player would have topped out like earlier in the past. So that match was actually very historic. It's a monumental match there. Anyway, Dengler has lost the lead. Just a couple of burns he's been forced to deal with. Here's having an 18-piece drought and counting. 430 versus a Gerald 432, and Dengler a bit of trouble here. He needs to be careful. Dengler currently playing his first playoffs of the season, also of his CTL career. Also, I haven't really mentioned about Gerald, but Gerald, having been a former CTL champion, one of the few people in the world to have reached colors. Has he gotten a crash? I don't think he's gotten a crash. I think he's been in colors though. And was one of the people who was fighting for that 10 million point bounty. So yeah, definitely a heated battle between these two. Some people asking for counter picks. No counter pick this season. Deal with it. Anyway, both players looking for a potential 600k transition. And Gerald will transition to first at 605. Dengler following suit at 595. Ooh, Dengler in a lot of trouble. But to close down his right well. And his capture's frozen. So that's kind of jank. But still in a lot of trouble. Needs to survive this. Opens up his right well. Needs a long bar now. Gets a spin, but is that really going to do anything? Needs to the left side. Hangs the long bar. And that will do it. Gerald with first blood. Sets up a Vitz. So go first heart will go to Gerald. And now Dengler has picked of what level he wants. There we go, just letting you guys know, first 2-digit increment. How old are these players? Mid-40s in total? I guess Dengler wants 18 or 19. I don't know what I know he said something, but just to confirm, for this game in particular. What level do you want? 18. Okay, so it looks like we might be doing all 18 all the way. We got a read from both players, so let's get started with game number 2. Can Dengler tie up the set in 3, 2, 1? Tetris. Also, something I would like to mention is that we're gonna be taking a small mini hiatus after this match, due to scheduling conflicts. Some of our players will not be available until April. So, yeah, after this match, we'll be having like a 2-week break. Which kind of begs the question, when am I gonna upload this to YouTube? Maybe I should, like, okay. So I'm about to catch up on the YouTube uploads. I feel like it would be for the best if I kind of save this match for like an April upload and then just upload a bunch of crap in between. Like once the regular season ends on the YouTube channel. Also, Gerald in a bit of trouble. Oh, hits a T-spin. Both players experiencing the same drought here, but Gerald looking for a Lombard with a very flat board. There you go, bangs on a Tetris now at 128. Dengler was also getting a bit high up there, but does bang down a Tetris after that Lombard comes as well. Now at 121. Both of them playing with fire a little bit, but should be okay now. Gerald's going to open up his right well, and will be Tetris ready. Dengler taking the lead, but Gerald takes it right back, and DJ Mr. Boro saying, "Vamos el Dengler." Yeah, as I mentioned, Dengler looking to tie up the set after that unfortunate early top out in game 1 into transition on 19 speeds. 260 now for Dengler, 283, 253 for Gerald. Ooh, bit of a misdrop there for Dengler after that 23-piece drought. Utilizes that Lombard to solve the dependency, and then gets another Lombard for Tetris. Still in the lead by about a Tetris, and also behind in the line count. Zempro saying, "Dependency first, let's go!" That is indeed a very, very great moment to go for the dependency solve first, and then the Tetris. Actually, I don't really know of anybody that goes for the Tetris first anymore. That's like decent at the game. I mean, if the board is really high and they need to burn lines, then yeah, of course somebody would go for the Tetris. Even with the dependency, like that makes sense. But like in a regular scenario, I don't think anybody at this level would ever go for the Tetris first. Dengler with a monster game so far. 490 at 98 lines. Needs a J piece, but utilizes a Lombard to solve the dependency. Now creates a Lombard dependency, but now closes down that well. Turns it into a triple. And trying to avoid this other Lombard dependency that was starting to form. And getting burst. Yeah, there you go. 3 Lombards in a row. Dengler, you didn't even use the first one for the dependency because he didn't know that it was going to burst like that, but was able to use the next 2. Gerald with a pretty safe game so far. 510 out of 115 lives. Nothing really to say about it. After that kind of scary scenario he was in very early on, he's been kind of cruising. Still with a deficit, but like, you know, nothing that wouldn't be too detrimental. Especially this early on. Gerald at 515 creates a lumbar dependency on the right. That's kind of weird, but maybe that was accidental. Dengler already at 634, looking for a potential 658 into 19. He'll get that Tetris and a 658. So we are off and running here. Can Dengler do some better work here than in game one? Creates a lumbar dependency early on. Another triple there for Dengler. Solves the lumbar dependency. He's got to be Tetris ready, opening up that right wall and bangs on a Tetris. Gerald transitions at 566. Had to close down as well, so couldn't utilize that lumbar for a Tetris, but gets on a lumbar for a Tetris. 591 now. Both players level 20. Dengler with a bit of a hang there with the Z piece. Or the Z, if you're wrong. But Dengler still with a lead by about 3.5 Tetrises. Keep in mind, he does have to burn, so it's going to cost a bit of pace, but he's still ahead by 100,000 points. Now it's 749 for Dengler, 670 for Gerald. Oh, and some indecision there for Dengler. Might set up a dirty. No, just going to go safe, keeping it clean, and will open up his right well once again. Now with a clean stack, as Gerald is going to be L-dependent, but does help the L-dependency on the left side. Now waiting for the lumbar, getting a bit droughted here. So forced to close down as well, but opens it right back up and bangs on a Tetris 704. At level 22 for Gerald. 7, now 811 for Dengler. Miles saying WT spin. Pokemon in Miles. A former finalist in the previous season. Dengler with some nice setups here. Does bring on the Tetris and another one now at 898, level 24. So very efficient game here from Dengler. Sets up a T-spin, but doesn't hit the T-spin. So gonna have to close down as well. Creates a couple of holes in his stack, but does open it right back up and bangs, and it's gonna be Tetris ready. And does bang down a Tetris. Needs two Tetrises and change for the max out. Looking for a potential level 25 max out on Dengler's side, while Gerald is at 859. Level 24, 189 lines. So Dengler still with a 100,000 point lead. And it looks like Dengler will look at the level 25 max out. Assuming he doesn't burn. Sets up a lumbar dependency though. Tetris ready. Can he get the lumbar in time? Give him the lumbar. Come on. It's just not going to show up. Forces to a double. Does get the max out into 26 though. And bangs out a Tetris. So 1.03 now for Dengler. Gerald still needs about a Tetris and change for the max out. Does have plenty more time before level 29. So this is still anybody's game. Dengler cannot let go of the gas pedal. Even though he is ahead. Now in a bit of trouble here. It's going to be J dependent. Converts it into a flat L burn. Kind of a delayed burn setup there for Dengler. But does clean out his board. Is almost open on the right side again. Tries to avoid the lumbar dependency and does just that. Now at 1.05. But Gerald, just like that, has brought this deficit down to 12,000 points now. 1.03 for Gerald. 1.05 for Dengler. Can set up 2 more Tetris. Now 1 more Tetris for the level 29 transition. And he will transition with a 1.12. Gerald still level 28. Dengler looking to survive this. And try and make some work here on the level 29 speeds. Trying to keep this lead. And potentially force a tied set. Gerald in a bit of trouble here. Hangs a square piece on the left side. But does get the J piece all the way to the left. And still alive here. Oh, but it kind of overshifts that S piece. Still with a diggable stack, but needs the right pieces for it. Dengler kind of bringing this down as well now with 1.16. Gerald with 1.14. As he is still burning. Neither player has been able to capitalize on each other's digs. They've been kind of burning so far in the 29th piece, but Gerald is clean now. Looking at Tetris ready here. Opens up his right wall. He is Tetris ready. Needs the lumbar. Force into a triple again as Dengler still cleaning. And now looking to set up a Tetris here at level 33 as Gerald has just not been getting the friendliest of pieces with the stack that he has. Dengler has hung the S piece. Solved this dependency with a lumbar. Needs another lumbar to solve the dependency. That's not going to burn anything though. So still with a pretty messy stack as Gerald now almost takes the lead, but still behind by about a few thousand points. Dengler in a bit of trouble here, needs to burn this down and survive this, or else this could be Gerald's game to win, and Dengler's going to top out with 1.2. And with that burn, Gerald will take game number 2. And be a match point for game 3. GG's. And Gerald saying, bro, that was the worst 29 seed I've ever played. Gerald one game away from getting into the prize money. And moving on into the semifinals. Dengler looking to avoid the sweep as we head towards this game 3. Attack Neris saying good luck. Kafka's Cat saying reverse sweep time. We do have it ready from Gerald. And I'm ready from Dengler, so let's count it down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Dengler before the match saying my March Madness bracket is so cooked. There you go. TP square Z. For those of you just tuning in, if you'd like to help contribute to the prize pool, you can do so with Match Reno. Currently at $1,500. And we're about $1,000 from breaking our previous record of the most amount of money we've raised for the prize pool at $2,500.69. And we still have more. We still have plenty more time before we reach the end of the season. Especially considering we have a hiatus coming along because of scheduling issues. Gerald starting off with a pretty messy stack. Which is going to give Dengler the opportunity to take a decent lead early on. Gerald still cleaning, closed down his right well. Couldn't utilize that long bar for a Tetris because he was still in Dig City. Dengler sponsored by FanDuel, says Kafka's Cat. Yeah. Can you believe that? He didn't give me any of his sponsorship money. Some people, man. Some people. 182 now for Dengler. 85,000 points for Gerald, who's having a suffer start, but still in a safe situation. Regardless of what happens, Gerald does have the driver's seat. Welcome on in, Neto saying came at the end. Could Dengler still turn it around? A little bit of online facts here. Dengler holds the world record for highest score into 29. I believe being the first player to hit a 1.5. Recorded at least. Don't give me any of that. Supermine's got a 1.5 back in 2021. Because I don't care. You can post it. So I don't care. Dengler at 297. Gerald at 182. Ooh, Dengler a bit of a drought here. Has a fairly messy stack. Tupac, cheers. You're right. But Gerald with some nice drought management. Oh yeah, no one remembers Scotto. Yeah, Scotto getting a 1.5 was the reason how I was the way I figured out that people will just find anything to argue about in Rabbit Hole. Oh man. Anyway, Dengler at 399, very efficient game. Gerald doing some work here. He has a clean board now after that very turbulent start. My grandpa got 2 mil before kill screen. He did it in 1876. Ugh. How was your day? My day's pretty good. Dying by allergies, but that's okay. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. Solar Spectrus and Alex T here saying hot takes. Goody wins this match. Yes, very hot take from the Alex T. Ooh, Gerald in a bit of trouble here. Ooh, can he dig this down? Needs an L piece or a long bar. Hangs a T piece. Come on. No, I don't think that's going to do it. Yeah, that's just going to do it for Gerald. Topping out at 296. So Dengler avoids the sweep. Electris GG over on YouTube. Gerald got a bathroom. Semper saying, "Oh, Gerald taking us with him." Yeah, he didn't make sure to bring his phone too. I don't. Ryan with weird memory. Gerald hasn't topped out early since January 2023 against Dog. Hanpu saying, "I love the dramatic music playing over 2 empty cameras." Public service announcement not to touch Gerald's controller. I mean, really, you shouldn't be touching any roller's controller that use foot grip. Cochino patas! I don't know what's happening in Twitch chat right now, but I don't know. I quit. I'm done. I'm sick of you people. Dengler already with the ready. Gerald doing a number 2. Well, if he did, that was a quick one. That was really fast. But we do have ready from both players, so let's get started with game number 4. And Dengler forced a decider in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Anpu saying, "I have 4 orange keels on my desk." Well, have you ever thought about cleaning your desk, Anpu? I ate the 4 oranges 5 seconds ago. Uh-huh. Oh, Dengler. Good lord, was setting up a lot of tucks very high up on the board. Now at 93,000 points. Got the Lombard right on time. In the lead, Gerald at 90,000 with a cleaner board. Dengler with the L tuck setup. Orange peels can keep the room smelling zesty, says Kafkas. Well, just spray some like Lysol or something. Just poison your lungs with artificial, quote-unquote, orange flavor. Dengler with a bit of a messy stack. Is Lombard dependent on the left side? Dengler also with a jagged board. Dirty, not the best. Dengler gets a nice triple. Still Lombard dependent on the left side, but Gerald's now digging, so neither player able to capitalize right now. And that Lombard's just not showing up. Dengler in a bit of trouble. Oh, we cannot afford another top out. And that's going to do it for Dengler and his run. Gerald has moved on to the semifinals. Well then. Still, congrats on making it to your first CTO playoffs. We'll see. Hopefully, things get better in future seasons. Great run, though. Gerald, congrats on making it to the semifinals. Gerald sitting on a fortunate seed, no L's at all. Well, there was an L. I think we took a bit of an L there. But yeah, not the L's neither of you wanted. So, GG's. Well, that's unfortunate. It's still going to be uploaded to YouTube, but that will do it. Who's streaming right now? I'm not going to lie. I was kind of thinking of doing an Eat My Elo. But at the same time, is there nobody else is streaming? I mean, Richard Wolf is doing, what's he doing? Bronze, Ian versus Ethan. Do you guys want to watch Richard Wolf restream Bronze? I can raid Richard. Yeah. Kingsman saying Gerald versus Dog in the semifinals. That'll be a good one. I would have shown you guys, but I forgot the link to the spreadsheet. Oh well, no matter. I'll just raid Richard. And not even final, says Gerald. Alright, keep in mind though. Keep in mind, we will be having a bit of a hiatus for the championship playoffs because scheduling issues. So we'll be back sometime in April, but I'm sure there will be lower division streams going on in CTL in between the gap. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. That'll do it. Peace.